Hi, welcome back to another episode. If you're watching, you'll see all of my hair is gone. I donated it to kids with cancer, but I cut it for selfish reasons, let's be honest. I wanted to change. I've had long hair for so many years at this point, and I don't know, I just wanted to see what it was like. And so far, honestly, I love it so much. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like now that I have short hair, it's made me rethink different things about who I am. Not in a bad way, like in a really good way. It's made me see that I am holding myself back from so many things, so many good things that Christ is wanting to give me because I have my own idea of who I am and what that looks like and what I've meant for and what my life is supposed to look like. And my hair is just one small way that I was tying my identity to something that isn't me. So I don't know, cutting it off has freed me from that and made me start to think about the different ways that I'm tying my identity to things that aren't me. And maybe holding on to things that I don't need to hold on to, that maybe Christ is trying to work in my life in other realms that I'm actively working against because I'm holding on to a version of my identity that served me at one point, but uh, not in a later point, not right now. So, anyways, interesting thoughts. Today, though, we're going to be talking about something that has been very on my mind lately, and it's very tied to this idea of identity. Last week, we talked about self worth, and this is going to tie into that episode because abundance is very tied to what you think you're going to deserve, what you think your life is supposed to be about, what you think you are meant for. And I mean that who you think you are will determine what you are able to receive, right? If God is trying to give you something so big and so incredible, but you think you're the kind of person who has a kind of mediocre, kind of middling life, you won't be open to receiving something phenomenally greater than what you have. And so your identity, right, is very tied to what you can receive. So that's kind of how these two fit together. Okay, so the first point I want to talk about today for abundance, and as always, I have my notes here, so you'll see me um, looking around at them. The first point that I want to talk about today is when you're trying to open yourself up to Christ's will for your life, when you're trying to receive what He has in store for you, which is really the point of this whole abundance talk, right? Is you have to start saying no to things that do not serve you, to things that do not actively make you a better person. If it's not actively making you better in your life, it simply does not deserve to be there. And this goes for so many things. This goes for habits that we have. It goes for the ways that we're spending our time. It goes for friends that we have. It goes for activities that we have, entertainment. If it's not actively making you a good person, making you a better person, making you a more rounded person, it does not deserve a spot in your life. Your time is limited, your time is precious. And I want you to start treating it like it's precious. You have a limited amount of time on this earth, and you need to really dig into that knowledge that it is limited. Because the more you realize it's limited, the more valuable you will see that it is. Okay? So the first point is that you really need to say no to the things that are not serving you, and you need to be ruthless. And this does not mean go cut everyone out of your life, okay? There are certain people placed in your life for a reason that you should not just throw out of your life, right? And especially family, especially people that it's obvious that God has placed in your life for a reason, because they are around you. Those people we are supposed to minister to and love the way Christ loves. And that is the sanctifying path. But I mean things that you choose, you're choosing to spend your time that way. Those are the things that you need to think about if you really want to spend your time that way, or if you need to rethink how you are allotting the precious time that you have. Okay? The second point that I want to impart to you is that you have to dare to want more. I think sometimes we stunt ourselves because we think that it's wrong to want more than we have. It's wrong to want to be in a better place than you are. And ironically, the more grateful you are for your life, gratitude allows what you have in your life to be enough, but it also opens you up to more, right? It's not like you'll be so grateful that you just won't accept anything more into your life. Gratitude actually is an opening of the heart. And this abundance mindset is the same thing. The more you can dare to hope for more, dare to hope for better, try to be better, the more things will start to flow into your life because Christ is actively trying to give you the best of all things all the time. And sometimes that does not look the way that we each want our lives to look, right? There is a very big difference between what we think our lives should be and what our lives should be in Christ's will. And this also means that we have to let go of our preconceived ideas of what our lives should look like in order to receive the things that are really meant for us, the things that are really good for us. So, daring to want more and letting go seems kind of paradoxical, but they really go hand in hand. Dare to want more. Don't stay in this idea of, I'm just this level kind of person, and so I'll only get this kind of level of life. No, you can change your identity. You can open up your hands by letting go of that idea, by letting go of what you have, in order to receive whatever is actually meant to flow into your life at the right time. Okay? And then the third point, this is one of my favorite points, which is that gratitude, truly having gratitude deep in your heart, deep in your chest, deep in your body, is the thing that makes what you have enough. By having gratitude, by having this deep feeling of gratitude, of looking around and being in awe of what we have, especially, if we are privileged to have a podcast, watch a podcast, be online, like that means that we definitely have enough. We have what we need. And if we have this belief like we don't have enough, it's because we aren't grateful enough. And the more grateful you can be, the more you will realize that you already have what you need. Gratitude makes what you have enough for you. And interestingly, this idea of abundance mindset, I think a lot of people kind of are drawn to it because they want more in their life, right? And that's not wrong, but they want more physical things in their life. And the truth is that the abundance mindset is really a mindset. Yes, maybe physical things, more physical goods will flow into your life. But the truth is, the point of having an abundance mindset is so that your heart will be abundant, so that your mind will recognize the abundance that's already present around you, not necessarily that you will continue to get physical goods. And I'm recognizing that the boat trailer is in the background, but that doesn't matter because this is much more important than moving the car. Next point is it's really important to create pillars for your nervous system. What do I mean by this? Like routines that you can continually fall back on, like a morning routine or a night routine. This can feel restrictive in the sense of like you do the same thing at the same time every day. But the truth is, it actually is like a guardrail for your nervous system so that your nervous system can actually relax enough to want more, to be able to receive more, okay? Because it's mind-blowingly crazy, but your nervous system will always choose safety over happiness. And having routines, having pillars that you always fall back on, like going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time, or watching the sunset every night, things that are repeated over and over and over every single day, that are good for your body at the same time every day, they allow your nervous system to feel safe enough to allow other things to come into your life, okay? Because your nervous system, if it doesn't feel safe enough, will actively try its best. I mean, it's going to try this no matter what, but even more so if it doesn't feel safe, right? The nervous system is going to try to keep everything exactly the way that it is because, hey, look, you're still alive. It must have worked. This must be good. That's not always true, right? Because if your nervous system, if your brain is always choosing safety over happiness, you're going to be stuck in this kind of place of mediocre happiness and mediocre despair. And I don't want that for you, okay? So work on calming your nervous system. Learn about that. It's really beautiful. It's amazing how our bodies and our minds are connected, how every aspect of the human person is connected between your body, your mind, your soul. And the more that you can make your body feel safe in the sense of like having safety in routines, having safety in not rushing and actually breathing and actually chewing your food when you chew and not having to panic and rush all the time, the more you will be able to enjoy the moment, the more that you will be able to be present, the more you will be able to be grateful because you're not telling your body that a dragon is going to eat you in 3 seconds. That's why you're panicking, right? The brain, even though we are very modern creatures as human beings, in the sense of like, we're very advanced, we're very technologically advanced. The brain is very ancient. The brain is very animal in some ways, right? We have aspects of the brain that can think, but we have a majority of the brain that does not really think. Its main job is to keep you safe. And that's why this is so important, okay? So do that. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. Every aspect of your life will thank you if you do this point. Okay, the next point, which is you need to choose to focus on the good, okay? What you focus on in your life grows. What you focus on multiplies. This is mind-blowing to me, okay? I have been thinking about this idea, especially today because it's Friday. I was thinking about the slogan of like, thank God it's Friday, right? My dad is incredible. On Friday, he comes to the office and he goes, thank God it's Friday because it's almost Monday. And when I was younger, I used to be like, that is so weird. Like, are you not excited for the weekend? Are you not excited to like be home, you know? But now I see what he means, and that is that if we spend our life living for the weekend, we're going to be wasting the happiness, the joy, the peace, the productivity, the enjoyment, the experience of the other 5 days of the week, and maybe even 6, because let's be honest, Sunday, you'll be dreading Monday if you have the thank God it's Friday mindset, right? So you need to switch that to thank God it's Monday mindset, okay? And that can feel really harsh and really weird at first, but over time, every day, if you can really embrace that mindset, every single day will be a gift. Every single day, you'll be able to see the unique gift that is today, that is Monday, that is Tuesday, that is Wednesday, instead of living for 2 days out of the week, and honestly, kind of one day, because Sunday is going to be wasted on the dread of Monday. So focus on the good. Focus on the good of every single day. Focus on the enjoyment, the gratitude, the thanksgiving of each gift that is a day, of each gift which is this moment. The more that you can sink into that understanding, the happier that you will be. The amount of goodness, abundance, beauty that you see in the world is completely dependent on your ability to see it. There will always be evil in the world. There will always be things in the world that are not good, that are not ideal. But there will also be things in the world that are beautiful, that are amazing. And you can spend your life focusing on the bad, focusing on the rainy days, focusing on the days that are hard, or you can spend your life relishing, enjoying, and multiplying the days that are beautiful, incredible, and filled with beauty and peace. And the only way to do this is to really be in the moment, to really experience every moment as it comes and be grateful for that experience. Be grateful for the gift that is this moment, even if it's not ideal, even if your circumstances are not ideal, to trust that there's a gift in that moment for whatever reason, right? If you pray for patience, God is not going to send you the virtue of patience. He's going to send you opportunities to practice that virtue. So if you are praying or hoping for this abundance to appear in your life, you're going to have to face the Mondays with this idea of like, this is going to be an amazing day. This is going to be my favorite day. This is going to be a day that I enjoy, that I relish, and that I cherish because it's a gift and because Christ is present in every single moment of every single day to us in our circumstances, right? I like to think about it like this. The ordinary, every single day around us, is the altar, the sacrament by which we receive Christ, right? We think that we need to be these great saints, these great people, do great things to encounter Christ in the everyday. No, you just need to be actually in the moment, actually aware of his presence in you, and actually have that presence in you with him. Like he's already in you, but we are so distracted externally with things around us. You actually need to bring that awareness into you to dwell with him in you. And then you are encountering Christ in the sacrament, which is the everyday. It's amazing, amazing. Okay. The next point is I want you to have the audacity to believe that everything is working out for your good. There's that quote. I just need to look it up because I keep saying just that quote, and I don't know where in the Bible this is, but it's beautiful, and it says, everything works for the good of those who love him. Focus on loving him. Focus on loving. That is what it means to be a saint. That is what it means to be holy. That is what it means to be. That is the meaning of everything. If you can love, everything will work for your good. Even the things that right now are evil. Not that evil will become good. Evil will never become good. But God is so powerful that he can bring good out of evil. I feel like I could dwell on that point for years and never really understand the full mystery of that. But I want you to start dwelling on it because it is a mindset shift that for me has completely changed the way I see the world, the way I see myself, the way I see every single day. And I'm really hoping my phone does not overheat because it is really hot out here. And so we're going to wrap it up because I don't want it to go and delete the episode. That has happened to me a few times where it gets too hot in the car, it deletes, and then I'm like, no, what? You mean you just deleted on me after I talked to you for a half an hour? I spilled my soul to you for half an hour and you're just like, delete. So we're going to wrap it up. Okay, the next point is you need to also, now I know what you're going to say to this point, but I also know the answer, so let's just go into it. You need to prioritize your rest because we have this mentality as modern day people that we need to work in order to earn our rest, in order to deserve our rest. The truth is, you need to ask yourself, have I rested enough to do my best, most meaningful work? Not, have I worked enough to earn rest? And I keep bringing this up in every one of my episodes because I struggle with this so much, and I see so many people struggle with this. I also see the ways that it tears them down. It prevents them from really being present in the moment because they're exhausted, they're tired, they've given of themselves so much that they don't have anything left to give. And it's sad, right? Because like you can't give from a place of emptiness. So you need to actually go fill yourself. Not out of place of selfishness, out of a place of really wanting to give your best to Christ, to give your best to those around you, to give your best to yourself and to everyone around you. So rest in a meaningful way. Rest does not mean to scroll, to be online, to, waste your time. Rest is a deep, meaningful, often disconnect from the things that are draining or keep your mind awake, right? Like read a book, have a change of pace, lie down and just lie there and stare at the ceiling or stare out of your window while you're in bed, like this. I do that. Okay? That is real rest. That is not fake rest, okay? Fake rest is like this. That's fake rest, okay? Real rest is like this. Like this. Okay? That's real rest. Ah, that's all our points for today. How lovely. I'm in such a weird mood today, but I love it. All right, well, I'm really grateful for you, and I'm really grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful that we are on this journey together, as I always say, because I'm like actively thinking about these things, and then I talk to you about them a few days after I've like dwelled on them and meditated on them and talked to my family about them and prayed about them. And I just think that's so beautiful. And I think that it just makes it so much more real because I'm really thinking about these things and then I just come and tell them to you. And I really feel like we have this beautiful connection of being sisters in Christ, and it's beautiful. And it would really mean a lot to me if you enjoy this podcast to share it with other girls, with other women who you think could benefit from hearing these messages, because it's truly changed my life, all of these things, all of these thoughts, and I really believe it can change more lives. And I need your help to help me do that. Okay? So if you wouldn't mind, I would love that. It would mean so much to me. And I think it would mean a lot to them as well. All right. Well, I'll see you next week. Stay tuned. There are so many more good things coming. So I'll see you then. All right. I love you and I'm praying for you.